change this meeting.
We saw a slightly cantankerous Jerry Lewis at his Friars Club roast last Friday, shoving a glass into his mouth. Just 2 days later, while flying from New York to San Diego, the 80-year-old suffered a mild mid-air heart attack, forcing him to postpone several comeback performances in Vegas. We are told he is currently under hospital care and is expected to make a full recovery.
Winning American Idol probably doesn't hurt your love life.
This is for Jerry Lewis. The beloved comedian was hit with a heart attack, and that is just the beginning of what E.T. has learned. Jerry is tonight's story from stage 28. Jerry was stricken Sunday just hours after his Friars Club roast, where a crush of photographers had Jerry ducking beneath his own tablecloth. During a flight home to San Diego, the 80-year-old comedian's manager told E.T. that Jerry began feeling ill, and an ambulance was waiting when the plane touched down. Lewis was transferred directly to the hospital, where after tests, doctors concluded that he had suffered a mild heart attack. Our Jen Carl is an old friend of Jerry's who's worked with him on several MDA telethons. I spoke with Jan, who's on assignment, and she gave me the latest details on his condition.
He also has a touch of pneumonia, which they say is under control. He has no fever, and that he is responding to a wide spectrum of antibiotics.
What about his family? Are they near?
Jerry's family is very tight-knit, very close, and when I'm hearing that his wife, Sam, his grandchildren, his son, his daughter, Danny, that his entire family is with him there at the hospital right now.
Jerry must be feeling better because he's also said to be holding court with the doctors and nurses who are treating him. If his recovery goes as planned, he'll remain in the hospital through the weekend before returning home. This is just the latest in a series of health problems that Jerry has faced in recent years. In 1999, he suffered a near-fatal bout with viral meningitis.
They said if the ambulance was 20 minutes late, I wouldn't have made it. That's how close it was.
By 2002, Jerry was in the throes of a battle with pulmonary fibrosis, a crippling lung disease. The steroid medication he took for it caused severe bloating and other serious side effects. He later had to check himself into a hospital for 3 months to wean himself from the medicine.
I'm trying to break out of what that drug does.
But as Jerry told the crowd at the Friars Club last Friday, nobody said getting old would be easy.
I think when you get older and you start recognizing the mortality of life, you start appreciating some of the things that you take for granted over the years.
So what is next for Jerry? Well, tomorrow, E.T. continues to track this story. More on Jerry Lewis's heart attack scare, his hospital stay, the new illness that plagues him, and will he recover in time for the telethon? Then Kelly Clarkson's summer. Now, the latest on Jerry Lewis. E.T. revealed the legendary comedian suffered a mild heart attack. Well, now we have got new details on how Jerry is doing right now in our story from stage 28. E.T. has learned that Jerry is doing so well, he was conducting MDA telethon business from his San Diego hospital bed today. Doctors say his prognosis is excellent, and he should be home early next week. Fans of the legendary funny man have emailed Entertainment Tonight with their well wishes. Susan from Jersey City, New Jersey says,
"Made me laugh, made me cry. Your movies were great. Please stay around with us for many more years."
Rachel from Topeka, Kansas writes,
"I can't wait to see you make us laugh again. You are a true genius."
Helene from Torrance, California tells Jerry,
"Our thoughts are with you and your family, and we know you will be back soon."
And Robin from Ashdown, Arkansas writes,
"You make people happy, and laughter is always a good medicine."
Jerry has his 2 pet chihuahuas with him in the hospital. He's had calls from Larry King and from Dina Martin, Dean Martin's daughter. It looks like he'll be back hosting the MDA telethon, though health problems almost stopped him before. He underwent a massive weight gain in 2002 because of steroids he had to take for a dangerous respiratory condition. Jan Carl, Jerry's good friend, talked with him about it then.
The doctor told
Sam to get my affairs in order. They didn't think I was going to make it, and I didn't think I was going to make it.
Jerry said depression over his failing health, coupled with the acute chronic pain, led him to thoughts of suicide.
Were you actually thinking about killing yourself?
Yeah, I had the gun in my bathroom.
Fortunately for all of us, Jerry didn't succumb to his despair, and he also conquered his weight and health difficulties. Last year, he was looking fit and trim.
I eat 50% of whatever's put in front of me. And I eat 3 or 4 grapefruits a day, and that's it.
And we will stay in touch with Jerry's doctors tonight and have the very latest on his condition for you tomorrow. Also, Smokey Robinson
After being roasted at the Friars Club in New York City, Jerry Lewis has suffered a heart attack. As Paul Boyd reports, Inside Edition shot footage of the star just before the medical emergency, and he already looked frail.
This is Jerry Lewis at his last public appearance before suffering a mild heart attack. Just 2 days before his hospitalization, Lewis was honored at New York's famed Friars Club. In this footage shot by Inside Edition, you can see the 80-year-old comic legend appearing frail and bloated. At one point, he seemed to need help taking a seat in front of the stage. Ever the trooper, Lewis entertained the crowd with his slapstick style of comedy. 2 days later, Lewis fell ill on a plane as he flew back to his home in San Diego. Doctors expect him to make a full recovery.
And despite the health setback, Lewis reportedly intends to direct a Broadway musical version of his hit 1963 movie, The Nutty Professor. Keanu Reeves and some...
Comedic legend Jerry Lewis is said to be doing well after suffering a mild heart attack. The 80-year-old is expected to make a full recovery, though he has had to postpone his first live performances in 5 years after battling pulmonary fibrosis.
Update the new developments that our sources have just uncovered. Today, The Insider has the latest progress report on ailing comedian Jerry Lewis, coming straight from his hospital bed in San Diego. His manager tells The Insider, quote, "He is doing great. He had a wonderful night, and doctors say his prognosis is excellent, and he is expected home early next week." While the 80-year-old comedic icon is expected to make a full recovery, he is also suffering from mild pneumonia. And although this heart attack was described as mild, back in 1983, Lewis underwent emergency double bypass surgery after suffering a severe heart attack. From diabetes to a crippling lung ailment, his health has been a concern over the years, and we asked Jerry about it in 2004.
Oh, hiya, Pat.
All right, nice to see you.
How are you?
How's your health? You look great.
Good. Every day a little better.
This seemingly healthy image of Jerry is a far cry from the Jerry we saw just last Friday in New York.
Let's go, folks. Let's go.
Jerry was seen slumping over his table. Watch as he also appears to have trouble standing, grasping on to this wall and then bracing himself at this podium. He finally resorts to sitting on the stage, shielding his eyes from the shutterbug onslaught.
So, every to get it done what they are.
After slurring his words, Lewis later appears confused during this roast inside New York's Friars Club, his last public appearance. Just 2 days later, Jerry suffered a mild heart attack. As the world prays for a speedy recovery, today Jerry is conducting telethon business via telephone from his hospital bed. His annual Labor Day Jerry Lewis MDA telethon is still on, and some of Jerry's littlest fans, these children for whom he raises about $50 million annually, couldn't be more thankful for that.
I'd like to personally thank MDA and Jerry Lewis for everything they do.
And you can send your well wishes to the Hollywood legend by logging on to theinsideronline.com, powered by Yahoo Entertainment. In an email received today by The Insider, Bob from Honolulu writes, "Get better, Jerry. You've always been an inspiration to me and provided light in my life." And as Jerry recuperates, we'll pass them on to him so we can once again feel the love of his fans. How'd you feel out there? You look funny?
18,000 people. I mean, you get a laugh, but you'd think they're coming at you. It was wonderful.
Since Jerry started the MDA telethon, it's raised about $2 billion for kids with muscular dystrophy. It's amazing. And we'll have more on Jerry's condition tomorrow. Also tomorrow, Kenny Rogers.
Get right to today's top headline.
Doctors fight to help save Jerry Lewis's life. Today, The Insider has learned Mr. Lewis just had angioplasty to reopen the same arteries that were involved in his past double bypass surgery from over 20 years ago. Back then, he was hospitalized following a severe heart attack. Today, many will be relieved to know the 80-year-old is doing just fine after suffering another heart attack Sunday.
Want to give me a kissy?
This young lady is especially glad Jerry's okay. 12-year-old Vicky Fullerton is living proof of the comedian's overwhelming generosity. Having suffered from muscular dystrophy since age 6, she became an MDA ambassador, raising awareness of the disease. Vicky recently attended a summer camp backed by the Jerry Lewis fundraising telethon. She has this heartfelt message to the recuperating star.
I hope that you get better and that you come out of the hospital soon and that you'll make a full recovery.
Get well soon.
And at last night's TriggerStreet.com event in Los Angeles, all of Hollywood joined Vicky in sending along their well wishes.
It does us all proud to say get well.
Get out of that bed and get well.
Best wishes for Jerry Lewis. Bless your heart.
And even more of Lewis's fans are inundating our website with emails. Barbara from Carson, California says, Jerry, get well soon. I've grown up with you in all your films. You are my favorite comedian. And Robin from Santa Barbara, California writes, sending good vibes your way for a speedy recovery. Now get well and stay positive and happy. And Debbie from Garden Grove, California tells Jerry, I've been a fan of yours for over 30 years and the world needs you. You are a superstar.
And all your letters will be delivered to Jerry by The Insider. So if you haven't written yet, just log on to theinsideronline.com and we'll make sure he gets your well wishes.
Time to check in now with Entertainment Tonight and see what our friends over there are working on.
Pat, I am close to Jerry and his family, and I can tell you that he is a fighter. You'll hear what he told me about beating pain and contemplating suicide. Plus, Reverend Robin Williams, you know, Mary Hart, I'm Jan Carl. The Insider got our coverage started. Now we have news about why his heart attack scare is far from over. E.T. has learned that the legendary funny man had angioplasty performed after his mild heart attack Sunday. That's a medical procedure in which a small balloon is inserted into a blood vessel and inflated so the blood can flow normally. Jerry plans to be back doing his beloved MDA telethon on Labor Day weekend. He also plans to direct a Broadway version of his movie, The Nutty Professor. Jerry has suffered from chronic pain through the years due to the comic pratfalls that almost broke his back. He told me that once the pain got so bad, he thought about killing himself.
It got to a point, the 37th year, where I couldn't handle it anymore. And I had a 9mm Beretta sitting on my table, and I was a minute away from doing it. But Danny ran in, thank God.
Danny is his now 14-year-old daughter from his 23-year marriage to wife Sam.
I don't know that I would have gotten up and fought if I didn't have Sam.
Thankfully for us, he did fight to stay alive, just as he's doing now. And for those of us who take joy in Jerry the Clown, here he is having some fun with our camera crew before a Vegas show in 2000.
Right, focus.
While Jerry continues to heal the millions of children he's helped around the world, reach out to the star. Coming up, one mother's emotional plea to Jerry. Earlier about the emergency medical procedure to help save Jerry Lewis's life. Now, as Jerry begins the healing process from his heart attack scare, his fans are reaching out and praying for the best. Jerry has touched millions of lives over the years as a result of his tireless work for those with muscular dystrophy. But now that he's the one in the hospital, many of those same people are reaching out to him.
I don't think there is anybody that's done more. That man has really dedicated his whole life to MDA.
Robin Fullerton is a 38-year-old mom from Yonkers who was first diagnosed with MD at 16. Her form of the disease is hereditary. Her mother died from it, and her 12-year-old daughter, Vicky, who is an MDA child ambassador, is also afflicted. They are both Jerry's kids.
He really has made a difference. He's made a big difference in this world, and I want him to know that.
And through E.T., Robin had this message for Jerry.
Jerry, I hope you're going to be okay. Big hugs and kisses to you. What else can I say?
Other fans of the legendary funny man have emailed us with their well wishes. Nancy from Dayton, Ohio writes,
I have grown up watching you. You have made me laugh and cry. I send guardian angels to watch over you.
Jennifer from Stewartville, Minnesota says,
Mr. Lewis, my dad died of MD 13 years ago. You and all that you do have always held a special place in my heart. God bless you.
And as Jerry recovers from his health scare, the son of one... ET breaks the story. Jerry Lewis goes home. We've learned that the 80-year-old comedian is feeling great today and recuperating aboard his yacht in San Diego. He's even doing business on his cell phone. Jerry was released Saturday from an undisclosed hospital after emergency treatments for a heart attack and pneumonia. And I am happy to say the Hollywood legend is feeling so good that he's already back at work on the telethon. Jerry's request to have his dogs with him in the hospital was granted. They are now back home with him. Tomorrow, the sexiest pirate ever to hit the Caribbean.
Now the latest on Jerry Lewis. Today, the ailing comedian is back at work in anticipation of his Labor Day telethon. Saturday, Jerry was released from the hospital after undergoing angioplasty following a mild heart attack. We hear the 80-year-old's doing quite well, and nothing will hold him back from the telethon.
Glad to see our friend Jerry bouncing back. Now, to new insider information.